Back at it again with another interview. But before we get to that interview, of course, shout out to our boy, the Hood Foodie.
The Hood Foodie. Why does he do that, though?
But that's his thing.
Like,
that's his thing. The Hood Foodie.
And he had like, I know he was trying to get us to do it too.
It's
cool.
Shtick.
It's cool. And we did it, though. Like, if you look at the thumbnail on YouTube, at Tapped In Media, you'll see us doing the Hood Foodie, like, signature thing.
And also, shout out to Andy Q for coming out and sharing their story. Definitely a lot of moments in those interviews, especially with the Hood Foodie. We went deep with that interview. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you guys go and check that one out on our YouTube channel.
Andy does
Tapped In Media.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you on that, but Andy does a lot of good things for the community, especially in Pomona.
He does.
And like that positive Pomona stuff that he does on his YouTube channel is pretty good. Like, I mean, you know, he posts all the time, you know, and you know how we always talk about like the views. Oh my God, nobody watches our stuff, right?
Yeah.
And if you go look and see what he does around Pomona, because I know it gets such a bad rep for being Pomona, you know, like, but he kind of like.
But they're building back up the rep. I will say that.
Yeah.
Downtown Pomona is really building that back up.
Yeah, and Andy does a really good job. Andy Q, big shout out to you, man. He couldn't be here. He is now, which we've already talked about. He's already now part of the show. So we brought that on the last interview with him, and we said that we were bringing him part of the show. And also a big shout out to him because he does hook it up, and he did change, like we said in the interview, he changed the way we look and how we do things. In fact, we've been wanting to do more location stuff, so this is a little different for us too as well. Like, we've never really done a...
Yeah, we're not in our studios of 3P Studio.
We're not in our... Studio. Yeah, shout out 3P Studios. Like, we're not in a comfort of our own, you know, like air conditioning our
we don't have a comfort zone. We go where we go.
We'll go wherever it is.
Yeah, we go where we're being asked to go.
Absolutely, man. And you're right. It was a pretty deep interview with Andy, and Hood Foodie was awesome. And they didn't hold back. Either one of them didn't hold back. And they were really cool, man. I hope you guys can go over to our YouTube channel at Tapped In Media. Also hit us up on Instagram at Tapped In Media. Tapped In underscore media. And of course, man.
And of course, our TikTok, Tapped In underscore media.
Had to work that one out,
We've been getting a lot
of
love on TikTok, honestly. I'm being real.
I know. I just give you a hard time and I'm not going to stop giving you a hard time about the communist shit because I prefer it that way. It's funny. No?
It's all good.
No?
It's all good.
I mean, it is from China.
And then also a quick update. One of our previous guests, Big Mike of Chicano Style Bikers, the creator of Chicano Style Bikers, has passed away earlier this month. So, it was an honor to meet him.
For sure.
But it was a bigger honor to be able to have shared his story on our platform. He gave us that opportunity. And because of him, honestly, and I'm going to throw that out there, because of him, we grew our following.
So look right in that camera and tell him, Big Mike, thank you, man. We know that you're resting in peace now.
Because of you, man, I mean, all we can say is thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you to his wife, his family. And, all we can do is just continue to honor him and continue to shout him out, continue to just honor his legacy.
For sure.
And, continue and then just try to, we have said that we were going to do something special, like a special tribute to him.
We'll do it in a shorts on our YouTube for sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll post it across our platforms, of course.
So huge shout out to Big Mike. May he ride easy. And
absolutely,
thank you again.
It was an honor to go to the barrage. It was it was really cool, man.
Yeah, he's got a badass setup.
Yeah,
man.
He invited us in there, and he has an awesome YouTube channel that's still out there. If you want to check out one of his videos, Chicano Style Bikers on YouTube, and
with an X.
With an X, right? And
the next in the beginning.
He still has merchandise available, and if you still want to download, we kept the link down on our pages for GoFundMe, so you can go ahead on over there right now. Tapped In Media on our YouTube page, and of course across all of our platforms we have the GoFundMe on there. And if you guys want to donate, that'll be really cool because Mike was an absolutely honest guy. And you gotta check out that interview.
Brutally honest.
But I like that. I like when people are brutally honest. You know what I mean? Hell yeah.
Thanks to our sponsors also. As always, shout out to Café del Cid. Go to delcidcoffee.com. And make sure you use that promo code Tapped In _media to get that discount. And also shout out to our Upland Nutrition sponsor, which is here in the beautiful city of Upland, which is where we're at.
Well, we haven't got to that part yet, but...
Which is where we're at.
Yep.
And also shout out to our partnership with
yes,
Southern California Service Corps.
Andy Q, man.
Andy Q, man. Thank you so much for partnering up with us and giving us that helping hand that we need. And as we mentioned, that look that we now have.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks way better than being at Rojo's couch.
Yeah, I mean, that was
or in my sunroom with one curtain behind us.
Or in my dark table that we were in.
Blurry. What the hell?
Just wasn't working out.
Logitech camera. I did go back. I was like, what is this? This is terrible.
I tell people, go look back at our first interview. We were all blurred out. Our faces were getting blurred out.
Now we're sitting at a really nice establishment. It's like clean and smells good in here. And like
smells like taco.
I know, man. It's like, what the hell? This is crazy. This is our first. Is this our first real remote? I guess you would say, right? Like, I mean, other than being in the studio all the time, you know.
Yeah, this is our first remote.
That's dope. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. So up next,
let's do it.
To introduce our next guest, truly an inspiring guest, a true success from scratch. I want to say he is a true.
Are you still in Bill's line?
I am.
You're still in Bill and Michelle's line.
I am. Shout out to Bill Handel.
Shout out to Bill and Michelle. And if you guys want to come on the show,
we got you.
You're more than invited to come on.
You want to come on with us.
Come on. You want to come on with us.
I'm sure he'll give a shit. But anyway, a true success from scratch, navigating through the tough streets of LA and getting caught up in the gang life.
Okay.
And then turning it all around and becoming a successful business owner.
Yeah.
His journey is definitely one that we want to share for sure, man.
Well, when you told me about it and you told me all the stuff that he went through to get to where he's at right now, and now we're sitting in his fine establishment here in Upland, California, and you know what he had to put, the work he had to put in, we wanted to find out. So
his better half is not here, and by his better half, I mean his daughter, which would have been awesome to have his daughter, but we still have him. So
I mean, he did a lot of the work out there in the streets, right?
He did.
So,
but I think his daughter was the one that brought in all the money. I'm just saying.
That's cool though.
But to introduce our next guest, please give a warm welcome to Javier, owner of Taco Bout Good.
Yeah, let's go, Javier. Come on, man. Come on in, bro.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a seat right here, bro. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for coming through. Go ahead and
put on silent so nobody.
Oh yeah, you don't want that.
Let's go. Put these bad boys on and get immersed with us right here, bro. We want to talk to you for a bit.
Call me right now because I'm not available.
Nice, man. So just go ahead and get yourself out nice and comfortable right on that microphone.
Just make sure
there.
you get up on that mic.
I love it how like last what do we do? I think who was it? The Hood Foodie?
The Hood Foodie.
He was like this, bro. He was like, hey man. I wanted to say it like during the show, but I didn't. Don't get mad about it, Alexander. Like, but I wanted to tell him like, hey, bro, we love you, bro. But like, get up on the mic, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have to get up on the mic.
All right. But we won't do it to Javier. You know what I'm saying?
Gracias. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, hold on. Let's see, Javier. I don't know. Hey, Rojo.
What's up?
I don't know if we got him on there, bro. Let me see here.
Nope.
Let me see. No,
his mic is off.
Your mic's off, dude. What's up with that? Here, let me see here. If we got a little technical stuff that we got to work out here,
It was
guys.
working earlier.
Yeah, it was working earlier. What's up with that?
There he is.
Very white.
Are you gonna beatbox? Because that's like a beatbox move right there. What's up, Javier? Sorry about that, bro. Welcome, man. Welcome to Tapped In Media, bro.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead. You want to bring that down? You want me to bring that down a little bit?
Yes, please.
Yeah, man. All right, let's see here. Let's get this here. We want to make sure I'm comfortable.
Let me bring my voice.
It's been at Rojo's house, so we have no idea what's going on with this thing right here.
How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good to meet you in person. We've heard a lot about you. And thanks for having us here here at Taco Bout Good.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother. Yeah, and you got the shirt. You're repping. As soon as you came in and we first met, I was like, man, already pushing the brand. But you built a lot here, so. And Rojo is extremely passionate about a lot of things. And this is one that he came to me and said he wanted to talk to you because of how you started and branded your business.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like the way you started and where you came from and everything that you went through, I mean, I like I was telling Russ, I'm like, we definitely have to share his story.
Thank you.
And there's no other way to do it but to be in his actual, establishment, to be able to share his story.
And as we We got some tacos.
Nice. And
I can't wait. We
heard.
I can't wait. For
You
the
wanted
tacos.
to. It's so nice of you though. Like as your guest and how you treat people. And we saw this earlier, and I want to bring it up real quick because I thought it was very kind of you. There was a homeless man sitting right here at this table. We're actually in his establishment right now, and there was a homeless man sitting right here, and Javier made him a burrito and gave it to him and didn't charge him or anything like that, and just said, "Hey man, I got you." Like. And it just shows that that's a connection with the community that a lot of people don't really do, and like that's a big thing, man. So shout out to you, and the fact that you walked right on in, you were like, "Yo, you want a shot?" I'm like, "Damn, this guy's already offering me, giving out burritos and offering shots. What's going on here?"
Burritos and shots, bro. That's how we roll around here.
I like
That's
it,
how we
man.
do.
Every time he walks in here, I'm gonna go get you a shot. I don't even hug him or shake his hand. I'm gonna go to the liquor
So
store
every
and get him a shot.
Tuesday,
Yeah.
that's why I post on our thing. Like I hear a little girl's voice saying "Taco Taco Taco Tuesday,"
It's my daughter.
and that's his daughter.
Okay. So that's
was
where that.
daughter.
Okay, you do put it on our social. I see that. all
I
the
do.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, she's people come to see her more than they come to see me.
All right. Well.
Like, people come here, hey, where's your daughter? And I'm like, oh, she's not here today. Oh, we'll be back when she's here. I'm like, oh,
That's
right,
cool.
You know, so yeah, but with that the thing, like I've always my thing is you love your community and the community will love you right back.
There we
right?
go.
Your
There we
community will love you right back, and that's always been a big thing to me to help those that are less fortunate. You know, I got into business, of course, to make
Right.
a living and to make money and,
Of course.
and to live a good life, right? To provide for my daughter, to provide a better life for her. But at the same time, you know, whatever I have left over or whatever else is there, I'm going to provide to those who don't have, you know. Because
Man, that's super
Right.
hospitable.
because I didn't have growing up.
But let's talk about your humble beginnings, okay? Because I know when we introduced you, we went back to saying that you did start on the streets in
Yes, sir.
in LA, right?
Yes, sir.
In
Yeah.
whereabouts?
South Central LA. South Central LA. For those that grew up in that area, we call it the low bottoms.
The low bottoms.
The low bottoms.
Why?
The low bottoms. That's where, like, where you're like on, depending on where you grew up, is like Slauson, Central, Hooper, San Pedro, and coming north of that, it's called like the low bottoms.
Oh shit.
So that's where I grew up. I grew up in that area. You know, I went to Thomas Jefferson High School, and back in the '90s, bro, it was crazy.
Oh yeah, the '90s.
Hell yeah.
It was crazy.
You didn't want to go to South Central in the 90s.
Oh,
That wasn't even a
hey,
joke. That was like the
hey,
actual truth.
Just like Ice Cube said, how to survive in South Central, bro. It was how
Really
to
was,
survive in South Central.
Yeah.
Right. It was.
I mean,
So-
just growing up where we grew up was hard enough in the '90s.
Right.
I can only imagine how it was
In
out
South
there,
Central?
South Central.
Yeah, we're in the San
Watts,
Gabriel Valley.
All,
I mean,
all
you
that
know.
area, East
it was,
LA.
it was. If you were in the trenches at that time, it was honestly like kill or be killed. You know what I mean? You know, and
I know you shared some of your backstory in one of your Instagram stories, and that's why I was like, oh shoot! So this dude did come from a rough, generation, rough background.
Right.
You were sharing that you lost some homies during your
bro.
time.
But by the time I was 21, I probably had been to more funerals that had been to like weddings or quinceañeras. By the
No
time I was
way.
21, bro, yeah, it was it was crazy. Like that was like when people say normal, I'm like, your normal was not my normal. My normal was, I don't want to make it too explicit, but I've seen people get their brains blown out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen people lose their life in front of me. I've seen people die in front of me, and that was my normal.
Right.
Right. So,
What gave you the motivation to go ahead and say, all right, I'm going to start my own business. I mean, I know I'm going to be under here. And here's what I picture. You in South Central, over there in the low bottoms, as you say, right?
Yes, sir.
And then you're on a 10 by 10, under a 10 by 10, under the night lights, cooking up tacos, right? And trying to get it right for yourself and your family, right? That's what I picture right now. And what gave you though that inspiration, that motivation to not be like the rest of the people that were around you? You know, because it's easily to get distracted in those areas, you know, like and get into that lifestyle.
I'm gonna tell you that I was one of the lucky ones, bro. I was one of the lucky ones that was able to make it out of the streets. You know what I mean? And now looking back at it, I've never been a religious man ever in my life. I've never been a religious man ever in my life until maybe I would say 2 months ago.
Really?
2 months ago.
So this is just recent. Wow.
2 months ago, I just I turned to the faith of God. That I know that God has my back, right? Like I was never the one. I was always, the universe this, the universe that, and things happen for a reason. But bro, all the shit that's happened to me and all the things that I've been through, I know that I've always had God's favor in my favor, right? He's always been looking out for me. He's probably at the age when I was in junior high, in elementary school, bro. Mm-hmm. I had a scholarship, USC, paid for, full ride.
You had a scholarship for USC.
Do this, do that. And you keep your grades up. You will have a free ride. You have dorm paid, and you have all these things. And
what happened, man?
Bro, I started growing up with the wrong people, and you joined the wrong people. And you do this,
a little bit of party. I got it.
The ditching parties.
I hear you.
And all this.
Shit's fun.
It was fun at the time, right?
I feel that.
And it's just okay. So that was one thing that happened to me when I was younger, and then it was just a lot of things that happened throughout that until today that I realized that it was God, that it was God's favor, that He had me. He wanted me to succeed, right? But I never accepted that it was Him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was like, okay, boom, boom, boom. And now that I look back at it, like, bro, like,
so there's a lot of.
He had me.
Not only did He get you out of that neighborhood,
He had a plan for me.
He kept you alive.
He had a plan for me.
Right.
Bro. He had a plan for me. Okay, you fucked up this USC thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's tough, man.
And you fucked up this USC thing. Okay, keep going. Blah blah blah. And then I went to prison. I went to prison in 2008.
Tell us a little bit about that. And if you want to share, because you did talk to us about it before we started this, and you did say, you know, that was part. But that's part of the story, though, too. That what we liked so much was that you did go to prison. You know, there was that, you know, that hard life, you know, and then coming out, you got to change things. Right. So tell us what
to me that was like, okay.
What can we ask what you went to prison for?
Sales and transport. It wasn't no violence. I'm not a violent motherfucker. I'm just.
But
you were just trying to make your money.
I can be if we put me in the situation. I will be. But it was for sales and transport, right?
Okay.
And, and now, like I said, now that I reflect back on why I went to prison. To me, it's like He put me in prison in order for me not to get killed. Honestly, bro, because you're on the streets, you're either going to get killed or you're going to go to prison.
Especially with what you were doing.
Right. So to me, like, okay, now that I look back at it, like, man, he put me in prison so I can, like, okay, bro, you need a fucking break. You need to fucking
take it easy.
Take it easy.
Yeah.
You're going to be, I was in there 2008, 2009, 2010.
Okay.
3 years.
You need to fucking take it easy.
Mm-hmm.
Reflect on your life. And come out and try to do something better. Right.
And then you started doing business in the streets. But not slanging.
But that was
slanging tacos.
No, but so that was 2000. I got out 2010, and then I did odd jobs here and there, construction, this and that, and then once I once I knew that I was going to be a father, bro, that
changed everything. It's a game changer.
That changed everything,
100%.
bro. That changed everything. To me, I was like,
it's time to be a dad.
yes, it's time to be the provider.
Yep.
Right? It's time to be the provider.
100%.
And
I love that.
That changed everything for me. And I wanted to provide. And this story takes a little, turn there because I wanted to be a provider for my daughter's mom and my daughter at the time. But she didn't believe in me, bro. She was.
You gotta have a good support system.
Gotta have a good support
She didn't
system.
believe. She didn't believe in my dream of becoming an entrepreneur. She didn't believe in the dream of me becoming
here you are.
a businessman, and she didn't believe in the dream of me becoming
what you're doing.
a restaurant owner. Right.
One of the biggest things, and I don't mean to cut you off right there, but one of the biggest things I compliment Rojo on is the fact that he is a really good dad. And we have always said, we talk about this all the time.
Great fathers,
and here's the thing, like it truly defines the character of a man. Honestly, not all the other shit that you do, but how you treat your kids, like, and how you address your children, and are you there? I mean, being present is everything. Like my kids are mad older. I've talked about it many times, when we've done a lot of other guests, and but I have always complimented like how Rojo and the other podcasts that we did before, they were also fathers as well, and they're really good dads too. Shout out Clark and AD, but they, we've always, I don't know, there's that connection. You're like, oh, that guy's a good dude. Because it really does, like when you have a kid, it kind of changes just all your mindset.
As it should,
everything.
though. As it should.
Yeah,
it should change you as
okay,
a man.
you say that as it should, but the thing is, not a lot of other people agree with you.
Steps it up. Not every man steps it up.
I'm gonna dive deep into this shit. So to me, it was I grew up with a dad, but at the same time, I grew up without a dad. He was there, but he wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And I always tell people the worst thing about growing up, like I would have rather grown up without a dad than having a dad that was present that wasn't present. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
So
he was there. He probably came, worked, and everything, but never spent time with you. Didn't throw the ball outside with you.
Like I saw a post that you posted like a couple of days ago about the actor saying that his dad never told him that he loved him, bro.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Which one?
I can't remember specifically, but I posted it on our post.
How weird is it? And I'm going to interrupt you right here. How weird is it, Rojo, that we get a lot of people that like look at our stuff and they're like, hey man, like they want to talk to us about like their being like growing up and their fathers, because Rojo had a heart. I was pretty lucky. Like my dad was awesome, and my father-in-law was awesome too. He's equally as awesome. But
and it's kind of the same with you. Crazy. My dad was there, but wasn't there. A lot of times he was most of the time he was locked up. Because he did sell.
My dad was locked up too.
So
it was.
I totally get where you're coming from on that.
He was there, but he wasn't there. You know what I mean? And it was like I learned from him how to be a dad, right? Like I always tell people that I learned from him how to be a dad because I'm doing what he didn't do to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I tell my daughter 1,000 times a day I love her.
That's awesome.
1,000. She's probably tired of it.
And I'll say this:
I don't think
if you guys haven't checked out his story, and make sure you guys go follow him on Taco Bell Good.
There you go.
You will see some of the things that he posts with his daughter, and they always have this routine when he's taking her to school. I always don't catch it because she talks so quick, and then towards the end is like, "What do we do? No boyfriends at school. What?" And then she's like, "Have a great day" or something like that, right?
It's always great. So I've always, when I started the business, I've always had this thing about that. You can't blame, but you have bad moments.
Yeah.
You don't have bad days.
Of course.
If you have a bad day, it's because you fucking made it a bad day, right? You don't have bad days, you have bad moments. So if you let that bad moment turn into a bad day, I'm sorry, bro, but that's your fault. You know what I mean?
We got a really good friend of ours from the show, shout out EJ, from Vegas. And he always told me, we used to work a lot together. And he always said, hey man, It's still early in the day when things would go bad.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? He tells us like it's still early in the day. We could change everything right now, and how we end the day is the way we go with it. And I, you know what? It always stuck with me that way because it is true. Like you don't have to necessarily sit on the bad shit all day. You know what I mean? And it's like for what?
And
you
that's
know?
what I try to. That's what I try to teach my daughter. Like every day when I drop her off at school, baby, are you gonna have a great day today? Yes, Dad. Are you yes, you're gonna have a great day, right?
That's cool.
I try to instill that in her, and like her relationship. Our relationship is like, bro. Us as men, we always want sons. Oh, I want a son. I want a son. I want a son. But having a daughter, bro,
it's different. It's different. I actually
Sorry.
will disagree with you on that one, only because when I first found out I was gonna have a kid, I wanted a daughter first.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what though?
I wanted a daughter first.
It's nice that we all could sit here at this table and say that because my daughter, who's my oldest, my daughter is 27 years old. Raven, shout out, babe. But she honestly has like, you know, she's so special to me, you know, and they really do kind of bring you in to where you're like, hey, I'm here, and if there's something about that, your little girl. It really is.
They bring out something in you that you didn't have, bro. So when I found out that I was having a daughter, so when her mom told me, "Oh, we're having a daughter, bro," the first thing that I thought, I was like, "Fuck," like. Right? Because I'm
You're all scared.
I'm like, man.
He's like, hold on, let me get a shot for that.
Bro,
It's so
I was like,
good.
I'm gonna get a shotgun and put it by the door because I was like, man, I was like, Papa was a Rolling Stone. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
So
saying?
I'm getting right. They're fine, right?
I feel you, bro.
You know what I mean?
I feel you. I can relate.
Bro, like
I can relate.
I've gone to the point where, bro, I know how to do French braids. I know how to do Dutch braids.
That's right.
I know how to do all these braids.
Yeah.
I know
And
how to do
it's
hair.
true because he'll post it.
Yeah.
I know how
I'll
to do all
post
these
it. I don't know
things,
how to do
bro.
any of
like,
that.
I have like hair kits at the house, bro. I have waxes. I have all this stuff for her hair. And to me, it's like, I love it because that's our time. You know what I mean?
Right.
She'll walk up to me, Dad.
Man, some single women out there that end up watching this, they're gonna be like, ooh,
Bro.
Are you
They'll be
single,
like,
bro?
ooh.
Hey, I'm single too. So
Hey, what's up, girl?
Shout out to the
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Are
single
we gonna
man
be
right
like a
here.
love connection right here on fucking Tapped In
Just
Media, bro?
saying.
Shit.
talk about good.
You know what I
Instagram, talk about good.
You know what I mean? Come through the shop, girl. We in Upland. Get you some tacos.
Tacos for free. No, but
Ooh.
We can't do it for free though. It's just discounts. Just a
But,
discount.
Yeah,
Sorry.
discount first.
but yeah, so she'll walk up like, Dad, we're going like in the morning. What hairstyle are you gonna do this morning? And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Or Dad, can you do this hairstyle? So I'm like, oh my God. Like to me, it's like that is like the best feeling in the world, bro.
For sure.
Because knowing that I didn't have that, like going back to where I learned how to be, like I said, I learned how to be a dad from my dad not being a dad. But I don't hold it against him. I just not realized a couple years ago that it wasn't his fault, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't his fault because he was being a dad the way that he knew how to be a dad.
Right.
It's the way he was raised.
That's how he was raised. My dad told me a story one time that he's like, he used to come home and be like, you know, I used to come home and your grandfather used to walk in like, I'm gonna whoop your ass just because, in case you get out of line. And he, you know what? That man used to come here and do it to me all the time. But he wouldn't do that to me. I mean, I honestly feel, I guess each scenario is different, right?
Yeah.
But like, there's a part of a man, like we were talking about, you know, when having kids and you know that you want to be the provider, it just changes your whole mentality.
If you choose to change, like sometimes, like if you choose to change, because I chose to change, like I'm gonna get a little bit deeper. Like my dad used to beat the fuck out of my mom, bro.
Sorry to hear that.
Bro.
So there was domestic violence in your.
I would see her, bro. He would fucking knock her out. You know
That
what I mean? Like, and
sucks.
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I'll say this. I did where, you know, just again, where we can relate is I remember many times where that has happened where my dad would come home drunk, break our windows, our kitchen window.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's out there bleeding his ass off. There was another time where I was like young enough and I remember my mom yelling. My dad was on top of her and basically raping her.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
bro. And to me,
I mean,
like,
it was bad.
Sorry,
it was
like,
bad.
So it got to the point where I told him, like, hey, when I get old enough, I'm gonna put hands on you.
Yeah.
When I get old enough, if you touch my mom, I'm gonna put hands on you. So it got like, and again, like I said, like he was there, but he wasn't there. And the times that he was there, and he would try, like, once I got old enough, he stopped.
Right.
Because he knew, like,
Is your dad still alive today?
No, he passed away 2011, bro. And that's another
Same.
And that's another thing that I don't regret much in life. But one thing that I do regret is that, so he was on life support. You know, he died of diabetes and complications and shit like that.
Sorry.
And he was on life support. And bro, I had so much resentment for him, and I hated him so much. I didn't go.
Oh, wow.
They pulled the plug, bro.
Wow.
All my family was there. Sisters, cousins.
Yeah.
Everybody was there, bro. I didn't go.
Yeah.
I didn't go because I had so much resentment for him, bro. I was like, man, fuck this guy. Like, he wasn't a father to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now that I'm older and now that I'm a father, right? I'm like, just like you said earlier, like he could have been a father, but
Right.
he chose not to, right?
Yeah.
He had the
It's a
other-
choice.
Or maybe he just didn't know,
He didn't know how
any
to
other
be,
way.
He didn't know any other way. Yeah. So when he was on life support, they know we're gonna pull the plug, bro. I was at work. I'm like, I'm not gonna
Do
go.
it.
You're like, whatever.
I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go.
Wow.
I'm not gonna go. But now, I wish that we could have
Connected a little bit.
made peace with each other.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
cool.
Made peace and just
Let's just say that's fair on your part, though.
Yeah, made
I mean,
peace.
for you to feel that way,
made peace and be like, you know
knowing what you've been through.
I understand. We understand and I whatever, but let's just make peace
Right.
with each other before whatever happens. You know what I mean? So
But here's my thing. Like we're talking with Javier. He's the owner of Talk About Good, and we're also going to talk about a couple things that he's recently been in the news, and which kind of we had to come out and check it out. I thought I saw something. I know Rojo's.
He was on
bring it up.
Univision.
Oh my God.
That was,
Yeah,
that was a big interview
bro.
that
You know,
he had.
we do our homework, man. Everybody,
man.
you know what's
Oh,
funny
shit.
about it, Javier? Everybody looks at us.
Honestly,
like,
though, I
what are
love the
these
fact
guys
that he
gonna
got
do?
emotional because it's all part of the struggle. It's all part of the sacrifice.
is, though.
It's all part of the success.
And I don't know what it is about our show. I don't know what it is, man. But we bring out like we just bring it out, man.
I
We're
think
like,
honestly, it's because
you get the full everything. You know what I
not
mean?
Like
just that,
that.
either myself or you relate to the same situation,
sure.
to the same
Absolutely.
upbringing. You
Yeah.
know, so
And you know why? And I'm gonna tell you, and I think that because you let people talk. You let people talk and you let people just go, and then they get into their feelings and they just go.
You know what, man? Honestly, that took us a lot to learn on that end,
Yeah.
because before we wouldn't let anybody talk.
No.
This is our other podcast.
Yeah.
It was all about us and
Us.
our shit show. Trust
Yeah.
me, dude. Like, but we've learned to calm down, dial it back a bit. But I think personally, what you have and all behind us right here that you see is, Javier's establishment here, Talk About Good in Upland. I think that if your dad had seen you today in 2025 and not, and unfortunately passed in 2011, I think that dude would be proud, man. I think he would change his ways immediately, knowing that you are the type of hustler that you are. And the type of man that you are, the way you provide your children. Because honestly, that defines everybody.
And you know what? I just recently I never had a great relationship with my mom either. We didn't have a great relationship. Like, I grew up. My mom was she was like verbally abusive.
bro,
I would rather you fucking beat the shit out
it's
of me.
crazy
physically.
how that you have this.
Yeah, you talk about it all the time, bro.
My mom was not only verbally abusive, and I don't mean to take away from you, but yeah, we relate. My mom was not only verbally abusive, but physically abusive. I mean, it was bad, dude. It was
I would
fucking bad.
I would rather you beat the fuck out of me, beat me the fuck up, than verbally abuse me, bro.
My mom was bad when it came down to
that-
verbally abusing me.
And you know what? Like, she would verbally abuse you, and then the next day, because she used to drink too, and then the next day
yeah?
she would be like, "I didn't say that. I
Yeah.
don't remember saying
Wow.
that."
So she wouldn't remember a lot of
and
your
I'm like,
conversations.
What the fuck? You,
Yeah.
you just fucking scarred me for life.
Exageras.
Exageras. No, yo no dije eso. Yo no
Yeah.
dije. I'm like, what the
Okay.
fuck? Really? Okay, so, and then like, even now, like we have like a straight, like, I love her to death. She's helped me a lot.
So she's still living.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's helped me a lot. And
Has she been at the shop?
No, she hasn't been over there. She
the
still
store,
lives. She
the
still lives
restaurant.
in South Central LA. She's like in Spanish, dice, tiene nervios, so she can't.
She has anxiety?
Yeah, so when she walks out of her house, she's fucking like, she can't.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you a story.
There's a lot of cases like
I'm going
that.
to tell you one story one time that when I was younger, we were, so my dad, he didn't give a fuck. He was
Yeah, hardcore
motherfucker.
Yeah.
So one time we were driving from Los Angeles, we were driving to my grandma's house in Arellano, and my mom was like, no, I can't drive on the freeway. I can't go on the freeway. My dad was like, okay, jump in the car, let's go. We're driving. We're driving. And he makes a fucking quick right. Jumps on the freeway, unlocks the door, and tells my mom, jump out.
What?
You're nervous? Jump out.
Did it break her though? Was she cool after that?
Wild.
No, bro, she was like, oh,
terrified.
What the fuck? Terrified, bro.
Yeah,
she was
of
like,
course.
Yeah, okay, ¿estás nerviosa? Okay.
Damn.
Let's see how nerviosa you are. Bro, we made it to El Sereno, got to my grandma's house. 10 minutes later, the ambulance shows up because my mom was like hyperventilating and all that shit. Yeah, my dad didn't give a fuck, bro. I was like, oh, this motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what
I'm telling you,
bro.
Our parents were a different breed.
Yes.
That's just a different time too.
Yes.
Yeah.
My
Where
God.
you can get away with shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get away with that shit now.
No.
Hell
not at
no,
all.
dude.
But,
Try that on your wife.
yeah, good luck with that.
Try that on your
Yeah,
wife.
that ain't working out,
cancel
bro.
real quick.
That ain't working out.
But,
Okay.
You know, I would like, before I want to cut you off,
Go ahead, go
I
ahead.
want to, like, even though we had our differences, him and I, like, I want to thank him because he made me the person that I am today, right?
Okay, yeah.
He made me the person that I am today.
That's true.
He made me the father that I am today. He made me, so when I got busted, one thing that he told me, because he had gotten busted too, he did like, I think like 6 years. And one thing that he told me that I'll never forget, he was like, which is probably cliche, he was like, if you're gonna do the crime, you gotta do the fucking time.
Gotta do the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what he told. That's one thing that always stands out in my fucking. So when I was,
It may sound cliche, but it really is something that rings through you for a very long time.
when I
right?
was in court and I was getting arraigned and I was getting and that's one thing that stuck in my mind. I was like, bro, you fucking chose this.
Yep.
Yeah.
You chose to do this.
This is your punishment.
This is your
Yeah.
punishment.
You got to deal with it.
Don't fucking snitch.
Yep.
Because if you snitch, then
Even
Yeah.
worse.
That's
yeah,
even
so
worse. Yeah,
like,
it's even
that's
worse.
one thing
Yeah.
that- that's
Fucking
one thing
suck
that
it
al-
up. Do your time.
Bro,
Yeah,
that's
you
one thing
fucked
that
it up,
always
dude.
ranked. That's one thing that always was like, what,
Because
especially
it's like
going,
telling you have to own it.
yeah, one thing that always like going through that. Honestly, going through that process, that's one thing that always stood out to me was him telling me, if you're gonna do the crime,
You're going to do the time.
do the
That's
fucking
crazy,
time.
man.
Don't fucking tap out.
So fast forward to you having your daughter and going
Yeah.
through these odd jobs, as you mentioned. What led you to doing tacos?
Yeah.
So, so me, like after doing all these odd jobs, you know, I got with like my baby mama and we got together and I started working with, so my sister is married to, of course, my brother-in-law. They have taco restaurants.
Okay.
right? They have taco restaurants and
Where at? Like
Wait, is
around
it
locally?
Los
Los Carnales.
Carnales.
Tacos Los Carnales. Shout
okay.
out to
Okay.
Tacos Los Carnales. You know, I'll never be too proud to shout out the people that helped me.
Nah, that's cool, man.
To
That's
get to
a
where I'm
good
at.
humble. That's a
You know what
good
I mean?
humble approach. I love it.
They
and Los Carnales is a big chain.
they helped me. They gave me the opportunity to get into the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was their like their PR. I was their social media. I was their all this and everything. And and here in Upland. And
Yeah, they're right up the street.
Right up the street.
They were,
Yeah.
right?
Foothill Mountain.
Yep.
Right?
They're still up there?
Like 3 blocks. They changed
No,
the
they
name.
well they
There's
now have one down on Foothill,
Foothill and
right? Like borderline Rancho,
It's Foothill.
where that trail is.
And for
Rojo.
people that are viewing
Rojo.
this, we're we're from Upland, California area, so that's where we're at right now.
909 area code.
909. So
Inland Empire.
Route 66 is literally a half a block from
right
us.
there.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like right up there, and there's a ton of restaurants down that area. So just to kind of give people proximity.
So I worked for them for a while, and then One of my friends, which we're not friends anymore, but one of my friends, bro, we were friends since like the second grade, bro. We were friends for like 30 years. And he approached me and he was like, hey, bro, like, I see. So there's like an award back there that says Business Person of the Year.
Oh yeah, I see that.
You know, I was Business Person of the Year here in Upland.
Here, let's take a better look at that. Let's see. I'm gonna see.
Oh.
You keep going.
Hey, wait, bro, while you're up, you can get some more shots too if you want.
Check this out. Did I get the right one?
No, the one right there.
Oh, sorry, you're multi-award winner.
Bro, I'm a multiple award
Get the
winner.
one that says tips.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that one's good.
with the Jesus on top.
We're gonna wait that a little more full when it says tips. So this is the award that he's talking about right here.
Yeah, I was awarded Business Person of the Year,
right.
and so
And it says Upland Chamber of Commerce Business Person of the Year presented to Javier Arellano,
Yes,
2019 to 2020.
Yes, sir.
Right before
Arellano.
pandemic. That's
Arellano.
Hey,
I said it.
so
I like giving him shit.
so my boy, you know, he hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, like, I see what you're doing. Let's start a business. Let's start a taco business.
Oh, okay.
I'll be the financial. You be the face, right? I was like,
And this was when?
2000, bro. It was like 3 months before the fucking pandemic.
The pandemic.
Bro. 3 months before the fucking pandemic.
I know, man.
Right?
That's what.
And I'm like,
how did you stay in business, bro? All these people are folding out
and
here.
I'm like, okay, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. You believe, like, I never grew up with a family dynamic.
Right.
So if you believe in me, I've always looked for that family dynamic. That's one thing that I've always looked for.
Mm-hmm.
Family dynamic, bro. You love me, I love you.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna love you even more than you love me because I'm gonna go above and beyond for you because you believe in me. You know what I mean? And so he believed in me. He's like, hey, bro, let's start a bit. Fuck it, let's do it. You know, I quit my job.
What did you do before this?
So I was working for them.
Oh, for them.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, okay,
I
got
was
it. Got it.
working for
Okay.
them, and he's like, "Hey, bro, let's start this." I was like, "Fuck it, let's do it." You know?
Yeah.
You believe in me, bro. I'm gonna give you my all. Let's go, right? And so we found a spot in downtown Upland, and
Wait, you were in downtown before?
downtown Upland. We were in downtown Upland, and it was a office space that we were supposed to turn into a restaurant, which is going to cost. It's going to be money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
There's a lot of traffic down there, man.
yeah, and so once you get like a business partner.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not putting in the same work, even though he's putting in the money. I always tell people, you can invest $1 million in somebody.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're gonna succeed because if the person that if the person that you put money into isn't a go-getter, you're gonna lose that $1 million.
Yep.
Right?
Because the partnership has to go both ways in regarding to the workload. And
Yes.
I think like with Rojo and
Especially when you're starting something off from
Yes,
scratch.
bro. And so the workload wasn't, and when we started, it was like, oh, right, we're gonna do the workload together.
Right. So we're like Rojo and I, like here at Salt, like Rojo does a lot of the, he puts a lot of stuff together, like to get us to where we need to be, and when we interact with guests, you know, like, and then we collaborate together on the show, and then you know, as you saw like earlier, how all this stuff comes through.
Of course, yeah.
Right. So there is a way to go about it, and that does suck when you do have a partner that doesn't want to put that much into it, you know.
And even though like I always tell people like I'm grateful for him believing in me. Because if he would have never believed in me, I would have never been here, right? I would have never had Talk About Good. I would have never,
For sure.
I would have never been here with you guys doing the podcast, right?
Yeah. Right here on Tapped In Media.
Exactly. Tapped in.
On YouTube.
So, so it just got to a point where it was like resentment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Resentment and
Because you were putting in all the work.
I was doing all the.
You were carrying all the load.
I was doing all the.
And he just sat back. He's like, well, I gave you all that money.
I was doing it's called sweat equity.
Okay. Sweat equity. I've never heard that
like
before.
that.
I've never heard that
Yeah,
before.
it's sweat equity. So
right.
somebody can put in money, but you can put in your work, and even if you go to court, it's viable because you put in sweat equity. Your equity is worth
that work. That what you did was part of that work.
Exactly, bro. So
okay, we're talking all this food right here. All right,
you guys ready for some fucking food or what?
Yeah, man. We haven't tried any. I haven't tried any of.
We're gonna do some
tacos.
Shrimp tacos.
You said shrimp, and then you
and shots.
Yeah. But that's what I love about Javier. Like when we honestly, man, you came in like you're very hospitable.
Look,
right
I'll
away.
say this, man. When I first walked in here, we walked in just wanting to get some tacos. My wife was like, "Let's start." Yeah, I was with the fam. I was with the fam. We just walked in because we were like, you know what? Let's just try the spot out. I'm like, all right, cool. Because she looked it up. We wanted tacos. We came in here, and he just so happened to be right here hanging out. And Renee Poaking was here with his girl.
Shout out to Renee Poaking.
Shout out Renee Poaking, man.
Love you, brother.
So, we were talking, and I don't even know how it came about, but we were talking, and I'm like, well, yeah, I do this podcast thing. It's like Renee Poaking was like, well, yeah, I know this so and so. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
And then we started talking about we clicked because of Big Mike. Renee Poaking has been hit up.
No way.
By Big Mike and his wife because they wanted to have some pictures done. And unfortunately, it never got to that point.
Oh, man.
And him and I then started connecting and everything. And I'm like, well, dude, he started giving me a little bit of how this came about. And I'm like,
right. And then we just did.
That's a badass story. That's why I kept telling you. We got to do this.
And then
story.
when you did the thing with Hood, or when we did the thing with Hood Foodie, Alexander,
that was because of Renee Poaking.
And Alexander was like, "Yo, you guys are gonna go talk about it.
Yeah, that's where
talk
I
about
met
good."
The Hood Foodie. I met him through Taco Los Carnales.
That's crazy.
That's how I met the Hood Foodie.
Shout out to Hood Foodie again.
Yeah, bro. Look at you, Alexander.
That's how I met him.
I'm not gonna do it again.
I met him through Taco Los Carnales, and we always stayed connected, bro, because when I connect with you and we have a bond,
I like that.
I'm not gonna fucking stop talking to you. You know what I mean?
I can see that. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna check up.
I love the way that you treat your customers too. I mean, I was only in here for literally 10 minutes.
I'm telling you, this dude is so humble and very hospitable. Like anybody that comes in, and you can see it in his Instagram, some of his Instagram posts. He literally has told people. He did this whole mental health Wednesdays.
Love it.
Where
Javier,
if you want to just come in and talk to somebody, you can come in and talk to him.
That's awesome. Tell the Instagram real quick. Tell us on the Instagram.
Talk about good. Taco _BOUT_ good.
Nice. And then you guys are located here in the city
of Upland, yes.
Upland on Arrow Highway.
Arrow Highway, yeah.
Right? Which is, and right when I was on my way over here, and I'm coming from Bloomington, right out there, and coming off and right up mountain, I'm like, okay. And then it said make a left at the Outback, right? So I just saw that. I don't know who was it. You that told me the Outback, make a left, or was it something? I looked at something, I was like, oh, just make a left at the Outback. And
no,
then
you passed the Outback.
Was it you pass it?
Oh no, wait. Where is the Outback?
The Outback's that way, right that way. So
right
you make a left right at the Outback. But if you guys are ever in the city of Upland, you got to come out here. And then he also does catering services, which is really cool because we tried to schedule this interview with him before, but you were busy. You had some other stuff going, which is all good. I mean, hey man, when business calls, you got to do your thing, bro. Come on, man.
More money, more problems. But like he was saying, so on Wednesdays I have Wednesdays at my restaurant is dedicated to mental health. So it's a mental health awareness Wednesdays in my place, right? Because especially for men, we don't have an outlet, right? We don't have an outlet to talk to somebody, and sometimes it's like machismo that we have to fucking just suck it up and suck up all our problems and
it's true.
And just fucking
deal with it.
Live life. You know what I mean?
I mean, how many times? I mean, even though we've talked about this, we talked about this with Lewis from A Toast to Life. We talked about this with, the Hood Foodie, and now you, because it is a true thing where men don't really express their feelings.
No,
don't, bro.
That's true.
And so I do videos because, as you guys can tell, like I've always had to gift the gab, bro. I've always had to gift the gab. I've always been a a smooth talker. I've always been able to talk, and you can hear my fucking very white voice right now, right?
All
but
right.
I've always.
I feel like you're pitching for like a singles mood right now. If some girl watches this,
talk about good.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but I've always had
speed dating in Upland. Talk about good,
I've
bro.
always had that gift to
trying to plan the whole karaoke night and talk about good.
I've always had that to where I can communicate.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always been able to communicate, but I know that a lot of men can't communicate.
No, they can't.
You know what I mean? So, to me, that was like a big thing because I was like, okay, I know I can communicate, but a lot of guys can't. So if I can do like a mental health awareness day at my place, and so the key word when you walk in here on Wednesday is I'm here for the free taco.
Wow.
And then I know that you're here to talk. And then I know that you're here for a fucking hug. Or then I know that you're here for something.
That's cool.
Right?
Yeah.
So I know that you're here to so the first day that I did it, I did my post. I shit you not, bro, within an hour, somebody called me to the restaurant.
Wow.
A guy called me, he was like, hey man, like I'm going through some shit. Do I have to wait till next Wednesday to come talk to you? Hell fucking no. Like come over right now, bro. Like come right now. And he was like and to me, like it fucking like it hit my heart because he was like, I didn't know, like basically I took it like this is like the last straw. Like this is the last straw. I'm calling you. And to me, I was like, son.
That's a good community like outreach right there. You know, like building something like that. It's not necessarily a church, outreach. You know, like because churches do that a lot, right? But it's not. But it's just some. You know, he has his own business right here. He started it from the ground up. We've heard most of his story already. Like the earlier things that he went through, and to invite people to come to your business and come and hang out for a mental health day.
Yeah, bro.
That's big, dude. People don't do that. People don't do that.
I go through a lot of shit myself, right? Like I go through a lot, you know, being a business owner, sharing custody with my daughter, raising her, just like the daily fucking grind of life, you know. And I know how it is.
Yeah.
I know how it is, and I know that, like I said earlier, I can communicate. Like I can call you, I can call my sister, and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm going through this.
Right.
But there's not a lot of people that can do that.
Mm-hmm. I had a friend that called me not too long ago, and we went to starting second grade together, man. And yeah, it's funny that you brought that up earlier when we were talking, before the show. And he called me just to talk to me about life. It wasn't necessarily that he needed just to but he just had to say get some shit off his chest. Yeah. And then he's like, hey, man, you know what, dude? I was having a moment, and then I had to give you a buzz and be like, yo, this is on my mind.
Sometimes that's all we need.
It's crazy, dude. But we grew up together, and it was just weird
Sometimes that's all we need.
So
out of the blue.
You mentioned earlier about going through it, the sacrifice, and you mentioned your daughter, and there was a picture that I shared with you, and it's in your post. And it gets to me a lot just because of the fact that you did come from the bottom to where you're at now.
Right.
And it's a picture of you and your daughter under one of your little tent in the alley, which is where he started.
That's the real start, right?
Which is where he started. He was behind Paulie's
okay, so I want to give
pizzeria.
a shout out to Paulie from Paulie's Pizza.
That
man.
pizza place is delicious, by the way.
This mother effer, bro. Like he's so I started, once my business partner, we split.
Right.
I was like, I'm never gonna fucking work for anybody again.
Yeah. You're like, I need to do it on my own.
I'm gonna do it on my own. Mm-hmm. So I started selling tacos on the fucking street, bro. I was on the street selling tacos Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, selling tacos in downtown Upland. And
I wish I would have known,
bro,
about that.
Being that I had such a great relationship in the city, they allowed me to do that, bro. They don't allow a lot of people to do that.
Yeah, for sure, it's Upland.
Right, they allowed me to do that in downtown.
They don't even have fruteros,
bro. They allowed me to
sell corn. None of that.
They allowed me to do that in downtown Upland. So, we were selling tacos in the pandemic, bro. The pandemic.
That's crazy.
How did I miss out on that? I don't understand.
You were locked up in your little bubble, living the Rojo life, bro.
I was out there selling tacos in the pandemic, bro. And I always tell people, man, if I made it through the pandemic, bro, the fucking sky's the limit.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean? Because I got through that, and then so that at that time, that's when I had split up with baby mama because she didn't believe in me. So I split up with her, and
what does she say now?
she doesn't say nothing, bro. I can just see it in her eyes.
Oh man,
you know, I can see it when she comes and picks up my daughter here at the restaurant. I can see it in her eyes.
You got the last laugh.
Hey, girl, you want a taco? this motherfucker, right? So,
don't worry, you ain't gotta pay for it. I got you.
Right. I got you. I'll hook you up.
You know,
I got a full plate.
And you know, she told me that. She told me like, you're not gonna make it.
Oh wow,
bro. And I was like,
that's the worst,
bro,
man.
Like, okay, cool, all right. And not just her, like even my ex-business partner, bro. Like after like our little rift, he was like, I don't know if you've seen that quote that, you know, that have that picture with Poet King that and my business partner was like, you need me. You're not gonna make it without me.
Damn.
Okay.
That's so cocky.
Right, bro. And I was like, and bro, and this was somebody that I knew since the second grade, bro.
Yeah.
This was somebody that I shared a fucking jail cell with.
Damn.
Wow.
This was somebody that we
yeah, you guys
go
way
way back.
We go way back, right? So, so I was like, man, you know what? And fuck everybody.
Right. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Fuck everybody, and I'm gonna and this like I was telling you earlier about knowing that I'm in God's favor because there were so many things that happened for me to get here. Just like Polly's Pizza. Polly, again, shout out to Polly. It had gotten to a point where the city was like, man, we can't cover for you anymore.
Yeah.
Like you gotta fucking do something, right? So they stopped me from selling tacos on the street. Bro, I was so fucking heartbroken. I was heartbroken. So I lived in downtown Upland at the time. So I walked to 7-Eleven to get a coffee and I'm walking back, bro. And I'm like, man, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Man, what the fuck am I gonna do?
I gotta get a job.
I'm like, fuck, what the fuck am I gonna do? Pauly's out there, bro, fucking.
That pizza's pretty good. I was there a couple months ago.
He's fucking spraying his fucking the alley, you know. Hey, Javier, come here. What's up, bro? I heard what happened. Like, oh yeah, bro, man, what the fuck am I gonna do? Blah blah.
Yeah.
Mind you, this guy sells food at his establishment, bro.
Mm-hmm. He's been there a long time too.
He sells food at his establishment. Come sell tacos out of my alley, bro.
That's cool.
Come sell tacos out of my alley.
No way.
Come sell tacos, like bro, like he come sell tacos out of my alley.
That's
bro.
awesome. You know, the first time I've ever been to Polly's Pizza was it was literally last month. I think it was last month. My wife and I, we headed there, and you know, we tried to go try different spots. I think we tried to try that pizza spot that you were talking about, but it wasn't a sit down. It was more like you pick up the pizza and you got to cut. I can't remember what it was. But
here?
Yeah, here in Upland. But then I saw this place, Polly's, and then I was like, it's right there by the 2nd Ave Saloon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. So we shot over there, and then we got in, and I'm like, it's a bar. You know, and then,
it's also
so
a bar.
you're looking around, you're like, well, it's a bar. But then, you know, you kind of look a little bit further
gotta,
deep.
Yeah, you just gotta walk further down.
Yeah.
Right. And then you see, oh no, it's just like a restaurant, you know what I mean?
Bro.
Like, but you gotta go down in there a little bit, you know, and the food was great. You know, she had the calzone and I had the personal pizza, right? And I was like, okay, this is awesome, you know, and the vibe in there was really cool. Yeah. Everybody in there was drinking, having a good time. It was like, all right, this seems like a regular establishment, you know, that people just hang out in. And that's kind of cool, though, to hear that an owner like that, who's extremely established already in downtown Upland,
bro,
said, hey, man, come and sell over here. That's insane.
I didn't even have to reach out to him, bro. He reached out to me. He was like, bro, I heard what happened. Come sell tacos.
Shout out Polly's Pizza, man.
Of course.
Honestly, like, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't have been
so
here.
cool.
I wouldn't have been here because he kept my, and that's why, like, now that I've turned like faith, right? Now that I'm like, man, I've always been in God's grace.
When's the last time you talked to Polly?
Oh shit, I fucking see him like once a week.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
That's awesome.
Bro, he lives like 4 blocks from here, bro.
No way.
He comes here like, and like I know.
So he's a total local.
And plus, you'll see his big old truck.
With
It says
Polly's Pizza,
Polly's
yeah.
Pizza. It's huge. A huge emblem.
That's awesome.
Huge logo, I should say,
he's
in his truck.
He's a bro. He if it wasn't for him, like I would have never been here.
That's
because
so cool.
He kept my
Your grind.
my grind going.
Yeah,
You
your
know?
motivation.
Sure, man.
He picked up that he pushed that motivation.
And
on
then
you.
from there, bro, like it's been I don't get upset, but I always get like feel some type of way when people say, "Oh man, you're lucky." I'm like, lucky?
Yeah, no.
Man, you motherfuckers don't know what bro.
You've put in the due process that goes into doing something like this,
Bro.
and from the ground up.
I lived here. I've never told anybody this. I'm gonna tell you guys. I lived here for 3 months, bro.
In here.
Yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
I lived here for 3 months, bro.
Well, now all of our 50 viewers are gonna know.
Damn, dude.
I mean, it's a little more than that, but we like to, we like to make
I
fun
lived
of it.
here for 3 months, bro.
Wow.
Because I wasn't.
That's a
gonna give up, bro.
sacrifice you have to make sometimes.
That is part of that, though, right?
I
Making
wasn't gonna
those type of sacrifices.
And you know, it's all honestly for that little girl, bro. That little girl, like
That's sweet.
No,
I love it.
Just like you said, you saw that picture of us underneath the canopy, and we're there.
It's a very touching type of picture, bro. And we'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it on
put it up.
We'll definitely put it up on our Instagram.
And we're
right
there,
for
bro.
sure.
And it was on a Taco Tuesday, bro. And we're there behind Polly's Pizza, bro. We're there, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna fucking give up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give up. I'm
That's
not gonna give
awesome.
up. I'm not gonna give up. And then
Okay, you're talking about these tacos, but we got to see them.
okay,
man.
okay. You want me to get you guys some tacos?
No, come on through, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can recap here with Rojo over here and
And
talk
then-
about.
And
We're
then
gonna talk.
I'm gonna get some shots.
I like the fact that he said you know what? Fuck that. I'm not gonna give up.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times like, where we're trying to build this right now.
Right.
And I get that I've already said this before, but I'm not. I'm in the same mentality where I'm not gonna give up on
No,
this.
bro.
Something will come about it.
Yep.
I mean, we got hit up by a company of beef jerky that wants us to try our jerky.
Right.
Put it out there for them.
But
and
I
not
also-
only that.
Yeah.
They want to do some work with us.
Yeah.
If it works out. So I'm like,
Bro, I'm gonna
certain
tell you-
things
There's a lot
of
are
people-
opening up.
Hey, bro,
Certain
I'm
things
gonna
are
have
opening
them
up
a
for
little
us.
bit.
I'm gonna tell you guys something, bro. Nothing worth having comes easy.
No, that's
Not at
the
all.
truth, man.
You know what
that's
I mean?
the truth.
And nothing worth having comes easy because, again, like I said, the faith is. He's putting roadblocks in front of you to see how bad you want it.
Right.
Do you want it bad enough?
That's the way-
motherfucker?
that's
hey,
the way it
bro,
works,
You want
man.
it bad? You want it bad enough, motherfucker? Okay.
Right.
Let me put this in front of you. Let me see if you. Let me see.
Really
how,
wanna
Let me
do
see
this,
how
yeah.
bad you want it.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, bro, like to me, my daughter is everything, bro. So when I had to spend the 3 months here, I was already used to having my daughter sleep over with me all the time, the days that I had her.
And she was sleeping here with
Bro,
you.
no, she wasn't sleeping
Oh,
here.
okay,
You know,
okay,
she
okay.
wasn't. It was the hardest thing for me to fucking to take,
Right.
not being able to have her here with me at night.
Right.
And whatever problems my baby mama and I had at the time, she worked with me and she was like, you know what? I'll pick her up in the evenings on your days. You can have her on your days, but I'll pick her up on the evenings. And she worked with me for those 3 months.
That's very nice of her.
You know what I mean? She worked with me for those 3 months, but to me, it was like the hardest thing because, like, man, my baby, I can't sleep with her. You know what I mean?
You don't have her.
So it's like, God damn, but you know what? How bad do you want it?
It's true.
How bad do you want it?
Always knows.
Do you-
And look where we're at now.
Do you want it? Do you want it bad enough to where, bro? And I'm gonna get you guys tacos right now, but
No, it's all good, man.
But it's like I was out on the street for almost 3 years selling tacos, right? For Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I missed quinceañeras. I missed birthdays. I missed Christmases. I missed Easters. I missed a lot of time with my daughter on those special occasions, like again Christmases and Thanksgivings and all that I had to sacrifice. I had to sacrifice all those days
To make that money.
bro, because I knew that one day, you know what? One day I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna be here and I don't have to sacrifice no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But because you put in the legwork, you put in the real groundwork.
And it's like I say, it's how bad do you want it?
Yeah.
Do you want it bad enough to where you're gonna, bro? I lost friends. I can tell you guys right now, bro. There's family that I have that live in the Inland Empire that haven't been to my restaurant.
Family?
Family.
Yeah, man. But it goes back to because when we've been doing Rojo and I. This is what our fourth project. We always talk about this all the time, and there are a lot of people that don't follow us, or they follow our account on Instagram, right? Because it's popular right now and trendy.
Oh, I'm
whatever.
gonna fucking lose friends after this. I know where you're going, bro.
But
That's not
they
good.
they do not like any of our stuff that we've put out, and I think we put some quality stuff out, man.
But I bet you this
Oh,
much.
yeah.
I'll bet you this much. I'll bet you that they'll repost when a celebrity dies.
Oh my God! Of course they will,
Of course
bro.
they will.
I'll bet
Such
you.
bullshit.
They always pour their money towards somebody that they'll never probably meet or ever get along.
I'll
or
bet you they repost when the Dodgers win a game.
You know I will.
Repost, and you're right. I'll bet you.
How dare you?
Damn right I will. And especially if the Lakers win.
Hey, bro, I'll bet you they repost all these other things.
Damn right I will.
But they won't.
I'll repost my tacos that I'm eating right now.
You're not helping the situation
Oh,
here.
I'm not. I know.
But they won't like or comment on your post because you know why? Because it's you.
So there's a little bit of hatred there?
No, because
No.
it's you. It's just like, oh, it's
like,
it's
well,
him.
it's just,
it's him. You know,
it's a little podcast.
It's him. Or bro, like they'll go like support other restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Support other this, but
We get a lot of.
Hey, but you'll never get a fucking like on your fucking page.
Yeah, we're starting to get a lot of things that we're Rojo and I have noticed now, like
You notice
through the
that,
last
bro.
few months.
You notice
Things are changing, and not for the worse.
I
They're
will say
changing
this.
in a different direction.
I will
for
say
us.
this: that now that we've changed our format,
Yeah,
there's been people that are close to me that have now finally like looked in. You know what? I'm reaching out to you because I actually like what you're talking about.
ah,
Your other shit just was
before
bullshit.
nonsense.
But there is still those that I'm still waiting. I'm like,
But we
why
got a
are
lot
you-
of compliments
'cause
on Nameless.
I see them what they post, and I'm just like, why are you out there? Like, why are you?
Hey,
why
you're
can't
like-
you? Why can't I just get a like?
Yeah.
Why can't,
But-
why can't I get a comment? Why can't I get a like? Right.
And that's what we always say. We always say, look, it's simple as this. You run on over to our YouTube channel, Tapped In Media, right? You just give us a like or you just do a sub, and that's
Tapped In
cool.
Media.
That's the best way to
Yeah, it's the best way.
I'm gonna go
support
get you
us.
guys
Right?
tacos right now.
Oh,
Be right
nice.
back.
Okay,
All
we're
good.
going to talk about
And
all
I'm
that stuff.
gonna
And
get some fucking
Javier,
shots too. Shots.
and we get to meet wonderful people like Javier, talk about good, and then we met Alexander, and then he's telling us about Polly's Pizza. Now when I go to Polly's Pizza, I'm not going to forget this story that I just heard, that he literally started
This
another
comes from
business.
Polly's Pizza.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
No, I mean just that type of energy that people out, and that bring out. And for that guy to really come back and say, Polly, to be like, hey man, go ahead and sell tacos in the back of my
That was a
alley.
blessing to him. That was a big blessing for it.
It changed everything, bro.
To open it up for him and to be able to continue to make his business, make his money,
Yeah.
so that he can get where he's at now.
Yep. Rojo, let's do some real quick. While Javier is missing right now, getting us tacos, because we are at Taco Bout Good.
Taco
Right.
Bout.
Taco Bout. Well, no, I'm not saying that right now.
Well, you said Taco Bout.
Bout.
Like the whole Spanglish.
Like bout it. Like bout it.
It's Spanglish.
Whatever. Damn, dude. Anyways, we're hanging out right here, and at first I was like, well, okay, man. But I dig Javier's story, and we are all about picking up on people's stories. So we always say this: if you know someone that has a really good story, which even leads us back to Big Mike and also Alexander and also Carlos and like all the other people that we Garrison, who we talked to, Dave, Ellie in a Minute. If you haven't seen our Ellie in a Minute interview, head on over to that.
Shout out to LA in a Minute.
I know.
As a matter of fact, LA in a Minute dropped a like on one of his
Dude,
posts.
head on over there to Ellie in a Minute and check that out too, because we did that interview as well. There's a ton of stuff that we have out there. Tapped In Media is where you can find us, and we are available on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok.
So before we wrap all this up and before we get the tacos, obviously he just brought us some Fireball shots.
Shout out to Fireball. Please sponsor this.
I know, right? Javier, honestly,
Yes, sir.
dude, like I can't thank you enough for opening up your doors and the way that you welcomed myself and my family. It was,
my pleasure,
dude,
bro.
it was awesome. And even so now, again, when we come on Tuesdays, by far the cheapest tacos you'll have as far as pricing, and they're fucking delicious. And I don't say that because I'm here interviewing him.
Thank you,
I really
sir.
mean that because I love buche. When it comes down to buche, I love buche tacos. And there's only 2 spots that make good buche tacos. Now, if you guys know of other places, I don't mind trying them out. But this is one.
Thank
and
you,
then
sir.
the other people are right there on down on 8th Street, right next to that reservoir.
Okay,
And they're
yeah,
just
I know
they're
what
right
you're
there in
talking
that dirt
about. I
area.
know,
Yeah, it's just a little taco stand.
Right before the train tracks.
Yes,
Like in the train
exactly.
tracks, yeah.
Those you and those people here have the best buche. I've gone to Pomona, all those taco stands, and none of them have been able to.
Those buche, man.
None of them come
Buche,
close to
you
this
don't want
buche.
to know what buche is, bro.
Cheers to your success, man,
No,
and thank
no,
you
no,
for
thank
you for having us here at Taco
success.
Bout.
You talk
Much
about
success.
good,
Talk
man.
about good.
Thank
This
you.
is,
Thank
I
you for
think this
having
is our
us
first
here.
time we've done this here on.
Yes,
It's
don't
our
worry.
success.
Mine was apple juice.
It's our success, bro. It's not all me, man. I'm never gonna take credit for being where I'm at today because there was a lot of people that helped me, you know.
At the same time, though,
I
you
said.
do have to take some credit for yourself because
Yeah.
you didn't give up. You kept it pushing. You continued the sacrifice, and this is where you're at now because of the fact that you did not give up.
It's persistence,
Exactly.
bro. It's persistence
And motivation.
And there's been a lot of times that I'll wake up or things that have happened, like things that happen at the restaurant, and I'm like, fuck, like you just want to give up, bro. Like there's like you want to give up, and you're like
Do you still go out in the streets now?
on the streets to do what?
Sell tacos.
On the streets, no.
Or like say, okay,
I do like catering and stuff like that. Yeah.
But how about like Lemon Festival? For
Look,
instance?
let's just say this.
Right?
Yeah, I did that,
Let's
yeah.
just say
You
this.
did do Lemon Festival?
Let's
That's dope.
just say this. Not only has he built this establishment,
Right. And
but
lived in
now
it. And
he
it
has
sacrificed.
Now he has a business connection with Upland.
Upland Unified, yeah.
Upland Unified.
I have a
Damn.
contract with Upland Unified, yeah.
My wife sometimes brings home some of the burritos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and,
So-
and because you brought that up, you know what? I want to give a big shout. And he passed away a year and a half ago. His name is Greg Lander, Mr. Lander. I actually have a special named after him, the Lander Special. You
Okay.
know, he was a teacher at Upland High School. He was the head of the teachers union here at Upland. He is the one that got me into the school district, right?
Nice.
Nice.
He was.
He liked pastor tacos.
Bro, he loved pastor
quesadilla
tacos.
style.
Yeah, those were the tacos that he would make for himself. So when I was in downtown Upland, I would always see him out of the corner of my eye, like on the weekends. He always had this little walk. He
Little
would
jump.
walk in and he would
Lil Bob.
walk in with a fucking 12-pack.
And a 12-pack.
12-pack. Walk into the fucking.
A member of the school district, huh?
Bro.
That's awesome.
And he would fucking.
Where?
He would to the spot that I had in downtown Upland.
you
when I
could
was-
drink
Oh
right
no
there.
way.
And he would come and he would fucking bring the 12-pack, and those are the tacos that he would make for himself.
That's crazy. Do you ever have any plans to maybe go back down there and start a taco spot again?
I would love to.
At number two.
I would love to go back to downtown Upland one day, but only probably like Thursday through Sunday, not during the week. But I would love to, bro. Like, bro, I love Upland, bro. I love Upland because they.
It's a tight-knit community.
Bro, they received me.
Right.
With tattoos, bald head, all my.
I was gonna say that I feel a little left out because I
Bro,
feel like I should shave my
Listen,
head too now.
Bro,
you should.
all-
That's a whole different story.
What
I mean,
the
you're already
hell?
losing
I
your
didn't
hair.
ask you
Shave
for
it.
fucking agree.
I'm just saying.
all my
Sorry.
all my imperfections and all. You
Yeah.
know, Upland receives me.
That's awesome.
And it's not. I always tell people, because I always get a lot of people telling me, "Oh, Upland this and Upland that." I'm like, if Upland was to be judgmental, I would be the first motherfucker that would judge.
yeah.
It's true.
Look at me,
It's
bro.
very true.
Right? Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when
Look
I
at me.
walked in here, we met a couple other family members, and they walk in here, they bring their White Claw.
This is family, bro.
They
This is
bring their
family.
kid. They're coming back from a baseball practice game.
That's cool.
And they're here hanging out, and he treats them like family.
It's family,
like,
bro.
I'm not one that like tries to sugarcoat any or tries to tell you like because
That's
we're interviewing.
the truth.
I'm telling you right
Yeah.
now, Come down here and you will see what I'm talking about.
And it's not just me. And
it's everybody that comes in here.
I'm gonna go grab the picture of my daughter so you guys can see her. Like, it's not just me. Like, this little girl, she welcomes kids.
Right.
Like they're like part of this.
Yeah.
She sees kids coming in here, bro. She'll get up out of her chair. She'll go get a kid, welcome, hug them.
By the way, when you walk in,
that's cool.
Her spot is this table right here in this corner.
Come on over, bro. Come in and say hi. Who is this?
That's
Javier?
Chris, my boy.
Chris, come say hi. Come say hi, Chris. We want to talk to Chris. Hey, Chris, come and say hi, bro. We want to talk to you real quick. Hey, man, do you like working with this guy?
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. You're not just saying that because we're in the middle of it right now. He's up, but he's legit, huh? Hey, thanks, Chris. Right on, man.
That's my boy.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, dude, this is her table.
This is her
her
table,
spot
bro.
in
This
the
is
corner.
her spot, yeah.
Every time we come,
How did we pick? We didn't even think about. We just said it's gotta
Bro,
be right
you
here.
better not let her find out you fucking got this.
Oh,
spot,
she's gonna
bro.
see a good hour of it right here.
again, go to Talk About Good on his posts, and you'll see that little girl walk out from that area serving people.
Oh yeah,
That's cool.
She serves people, bro. It's like she's
No shame in it. Nothing.
Okay,
she's not.
She's more, and I tell people honestly that she's more a part of this establishment than I am, bro. Because
that's cool.
Let me get. You want some salsa?
So okay, no wait. Tell us what we're eating right
This
now. What is this right here?
Queso shrimp. So it's
Queso
like
shrimp.
It's like quesadilla, but with camarón. And you have pico de gallo. You guys want some salsa?
Sure.
Oh, that's
So Ro's getting all of it right now, so we can put it up on our socials right now.
That one chipotle.
Right.
You want the chipotle?
I'm gonna take a bite right now.
No. You can't take a bite.
So I gotta wait. I gotta wait to take a bite right now. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you gotta wait, dude.
This is cool. I mean, we talk about food a lot
on
on the pod, but no one ever fucking brings us food.
This is the first time.
Seriously. You know, I mean, I guess you have to actually go to the establishment to get it done, right? Like, I mean. You know, okay. All right. Little chipotle. All right, I'm gonna try it on there. Okay. Yeah, this is cool. That's for you, Rojo. All right. And I'm going in. The shells are like a little bit toasty, right? Like a little fried, huh?
Honestly,
or the. It's pretty good. Here we go.
I'm gonna record.
You record me? Don't record me, right? Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Bueno.
Really good, man. Oh yeah.
That's the little one right there. That's
awesome.
the boss, bro. She's the one.
Holding it down.
Holding it down.
So this is cheese or queso shrimp.
Cheese, queso, shrimp, pico de gallo, and homemade chipotle sauce.
Who taught you how to cook?
Yeah, is that
YouTube.
Your chipotle?
You said YouTube?
YouTube taught me how to cook, bro.
No way.
Bro, so
You're joking.
No, so all the food that we cook here, like all the recipes.
His mic went off. Oh, there it goes.
So so that was and the separating from my business partner, that's what taught me how. So he had his people making our salsas before, right? When we split up. So when we split up, like, how the fuck am I gonna make my salsas? What the fuck am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Bro, I fucking went on YouTube.
No way.
That's
YouTube,
wild.
And then my brother-in-law, who owns taco restaurants, which I love to death, this motherfucker, he told me how to make the green salsa. So I made the green salsa, but I put my own spin on it. And it's just trial and error, bro. Trial and error. Like, I never saw myself as I don't call myself a chef, but as like a cook or cooking food. And bro, now I make salsas. I make the salsas for the wet burritos. I make the birria. I make everything, bro. And I teach them how to make it. So like now I'm like, hey, bro, how the fuck am I still single, bro? Doing all this shit, cooking and all this, and
That's because you're working your
God damn, no, but
Your
yeah.
mic is off.
It is off. Sorry about that.
There it goes.
There you go.
That's because you're
enjoying the
sacrificing.
tacos, bro.
I know I was. That's because of the sacrifices that you're putting in.
It is. It's a sacrifice, bro. It's a sacrifice that a lot of people aren't willing to make, bro. And I like. There's always been like a percentage, like small businesses fail, especially restaurants fail within the few a year or two,
Yeah,
right?
within a year
or two, right? And I was fortunate enough to. It happened by accident, but me selling tacos on the street, me being there for 2 years, I grew a clientele. I had
a following.
I had a following. So when I opened this, it was like a transition. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If I would have opened this without having to, I probably would have been a statistic too. I would have probably failed.
Yeah.
Right. But, and like I was going for, like, bro, Upland has been more than gracious. It's called the city of gracious living. That's what Upland is. That, like, there's.
I like that.
That's really what it's called?
Yeah, the city of gracious living.
I didn't even know that.
Way.
Yeah.
Right. So, it's been more than gracious to me. It's been more than gracious to me, bro. we'll be at Vaughn's. I'm pushing my daughter. I know that little girl.
No way.
She's the one from Instagram. And then my daughter, she's like, Dad, they recognize me. You know,
I'm Insta
That's
famous.
cool.
yeah, right. And it's crazy because they gave me a piece of advice a long time ago when I started here in Upland, and you do good in Upland, everybody you know.
Nice.
That is true.
You do better in Upland,
That is true.
everybody you know.
Like it.
Choose wisely.
It's a tight knit community, like you were saying earlier.
It is. And I have, like, I do a lot of work with the PD. I do work with the fire department. I do work with the high school. I do work with the school district, bro. I sell 3,000 burritos a month to the school district.
Oh, damn.
That they purchase from me to sell to the schools, bro. And it's not just because it's the fucking legwork.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? It's the legwork and it's the sweat and it's the tears. And, oh, bro, I don't know if you guys got time for this story, but so once I opened up this, and it's a story of to tell people to be careful of who you fuck with,
Right.
and who you.
Kind of like you were saying about your first business partner, right?
Okay, that was, you thought that was bad, bro. Oh man, I'm gonna give you another one. And this like business, right? And business and relationships don't never mix those two things together, bro.
Yeah, it's tough.
So I thought I had a real one next to me, and so I involved her in the business.
Right.
You know what? You know, you take care of this, I'll take care of that, and let me. That was when I was starting to open this place, and that's when I was starting to get the contract with the school district. So I was like, okay, the contract with the school district was almost already finalized. I told her, you know what, you finish finalizing this and let me concentrate on the restaurant, right? I'm gonna introduce you to some people, just finalize it.
That's cool.
Okay, yeah. Mind you, at this time I was living with her. I was sleeping next to this woman. And so the deal was done.
Right.
I got a contract with the school district. I opened the restaurant. I deserve 35%.
She told you that.
Wow.
I deserve 35%. I know, like 35% of what? Well, I deserve 35% because I did. And I was like, I cooked the dinner. All you did was
But
you
she's
came
the
in.
same person that didn't believe in you.
No, this is
a different
This is
woman.
a different one. This is a different one. Yeah. So it was like, and I was like, I cooked the dinner. All you came is sprinkle salt in the dinner. Like, you didn't do all the legwork, right? Well, I deserve this and I deserve that and blah blah blah. blah. So fucking right, we split up, and Little did I know, bro, that she stole my recipes.
Oh, what? Does she have a restaurant now?
Let me.
Oh, we get to that.
So she stole.
We got restaurant beef over here, bro.
So she stole my recipes, and she stole one of my cooks.
Oh,
Damn.
Wow. Okay.
The person that I was sleeping next to, bro, wanting to provide to build the family with.
Right.
And one day, the school district calls me. Hey, Javier, you wouldn't guess who was just here. I'm like, what? I thought
Trying to take your contract.
Bro, I thought it was like a rival taco restaurant or all, whatever. They're not gonna fuck, whatever. They're like, so-and-so was just here. She dropped off some burritos and she's trying to undercut you to take your fucking contract.
Damn, dude.
Bro.
You know what? I give Upland credit for reaching out to you
And
and giving you the heads up.
And that goes back to building relationships.
Yeah, because
You know
you
what I
already
mean?
have a foundation with these.
The foundation
people.
was mine. The
Yeah,
foundation
exactly,
wasn't hers.
exactly.
Right? It was my foundation.
Right.
It wasn't
Right.
her foundation.
Right, exactly.
She went and she fucking dropped off burritos, bro. Trying to undercut.
Damn.
After she
Wild.
fucking stole, she stole my recipe. She stole my cook. And she started.
People are
stealing.
hella sketchy, bro.
Bro,
I'm telling you, man.
Business is.
So with that being said,
Yeah.
and to
Bro.
that's crazy.
To leave you guys off.
That's
on a good
crazy,
note.
man. So with that being said,
Yeah.
and to wrap it up, what would you say to those that are trying to build their own business or thinking of becoming a business owner? What is your best advice that you can give to those people?
We ask everybody this question because
Yeah.
everybody has a different type
My
of
thing
approach
is,
to it.
first off, is persistence. Be persistent.
We hear that a
Be
lot.
persistent. Never give up, because there's gonna be a lot of shit thrown in front of you to try to stop you, and to try to, like I said earlier, and nothing worth having comes easy,
Of course.
right? So, just don't give up, bro.
Yeah.
Don't fucking give up, man. Don't.
No matter
fucking
the
give up.
circumstances.
No matter the fucking.
No matter the doubt.
Like I said, bro, I was living here for 3 months. I was fucking living here for 3 months, bro. You know what my pillow was? A fucking bag of rice.
That's what?
A bag of rice was my pillow. A bag of beans was my pillow.
Ain't your pillow no more. That's for sure.
Ain't my pillow no more, bro. But that was my pillow.
But that's
bro.
the sacrifice that you
That was my
took.
pillow, right? That was my pillow. And that was the sacrifice that I was willing to take. And there was a sacrifice that I was willing to do. There's certain things that, like, sacrifices that people won't make to get what they want, because they're, I'm gonna do this. And once the shit hits the fan,
Yeah.
I can't do it. No, fuck that.
Right. Gotta do it.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you guys a story that is gonna probably make me emotional. It's gonna make me.
It's okay, man. We get that a lot on this show.
It's gonna
We're getting used to it.
Make me emotional
And
right
it's good,
now,
though.
bro.
Yeah.
There was a time that
All right.
I picked up my daughter, bro. When I had split up with her mom, I was in a Jetta, bro. It was a Jetta, a 4-door Jetta, bro.
Oh,
it was
terrible.
fucking summer.
Jetta.
Volkswagen suck.
Summertime. That was at the time when her and I had split up, and I was living at a family member's house, and so I had nowhere to take my daughter, bro. So we were at the mall, bro. My fucking AC goes out.
Oh, hell.
AC goes out,
On the V-Dub.
and
Not a shocker. Sorry, honey.
and we're at the fucking drive-thru at McDonald's, bro.
Oh,
We're ordering food. Get the food. And my baby is like, Dad, it's hot in here. Bro, I'm in the parking lot of a fucking McDonald's, bro. And I'm like, never
never again.
again, bro.
Yes, sir.
Never again is this gonna happen.
Damn right.
Never again is this gonna happen. Never is she gonna tell me, Daddy, I'm hot. Daddy, I'm hot.
Damn right.
And that fucking broke my heart, bro. That day fucking broke my heart. I was like, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you ask me as a business person, well, bro, that right there, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
If this doesn't open up the eyes of people who are trying to, or that think that they can't make it because of this obstacle or this person doesn't believe in them, listen to this man right now. He's in tears.
Bro, that broke my heart, bro. For my daughter to tell me that she was hot on a fucking summer day at the we were at the Ontario Mills Mall, bro. And we're in the parking lot. And she's telling me, Daddy, I'm hot. And I have the fucking air on and it's not fucking throwing cold air, bro. And I have the windows down. And I'm like, I don't tell her, but I'm thinking, where the fuck am I going to take you?
Yeah.
Where am I going to take you? I'm not going to take you to my family member's house. The times that I had her, we would spend most of the time on the street because I had nowhere to take her.
Yeah.
And we're in the parking lot, bro. And I'm like, man, fucking never again am I going to let you tell me, baby, that you're fucking hot.
Yeah. That VW is gone, right?
Oh, fuck, bro.
Right,
fuck that VW, bro.
Sure.
Honestly, I would have kept it as a memory to say, you know what? Because of that,
I sold it.
I'm here where I'm at.
I sold it.
Yeah, never again.
I sold it, and if I can find out if I can remember who the fuck I sold it to, I'm like, man, I want to buy it back.
Honestly, I would keep
guy.
things
Bro,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I would
bro.
keep things like that.
Yeah, but
That
I really would.
That to me
Dude, if
was
I could go back and buy my 83 Celica that I had,
you know what? I used to think that all the time about a lot of
I
this
used to
stuff
have
too.
I used to have a 1980 Buick Regal, bro. Tits. It was fucking tits. I always tell people, man, if I could go back and keep that fucking car.
That's crazy.
But bro, that was to me.
That was it.
That was a turning point, bro. I was like, never fucking. And that was when I was transitioning from leaving her mom because she didn't believe in me. Bro, when I left her mom, I fucking lived in a car for 2 weeks.
damn.
Because I had nowhere to go. And then after that, I fucking reached out to one of my, aunts. Hey, can I sleep? Can I sleep here? Can I sleep? Can I live here for a couple months while I do this thing? And that was at the time where we were trying to open Taco Bell Good in downtown Upland. So splitting up with her, doing this, doing that, and bro, it was like
Non-stop.
Ongoing. It was just like pop, 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 pop. But
well, Javier, I mean, hearing your story, and Rojo, like I said at the beginning, was very passionate about doing this, and I could see that how you're passionate about what you're doing for your business, and primarily to keep your daughter, away from situations that you've already experienced and been into like that, like you just talked about right now. I mean, that is a true definition of trying to make it happen for yourself, so
Yes,
that
sir.
nothing
Dream.
Yeah, that nothing stops you from being successful, because you talk. The picture that Rojo always talks about, the alley picture with you and your daughter in the
that's
10
the
by
picture right there, bro.
in the 10 by 10, selling tacos, right?
that's the picture
in
right
the
there.
10 by 10
That's why I
in the
shared it with
alley.
you, because
Yeah,
that picture right there is a defining factor.
Yeah, and now look, we're sitting in your establishment. We just had some amazing tacos right here.
I haven't even finished mine just because I want to.
Yeah, but we had some amazing tacos right here in your beautiful establishment. I saw how you reach out to the community already. Like, I wasn't even here no more than 2 minutes, like, to see how you already touched somebody, and just sitting right there. And then to talk about like how you were over there in Ontario with the fucked up VW. Not surprised there, but sorry, VWs are terrible.
VW.
They're just
Fuck you,
terrible,
VW.
bro. I'm sorry, they're
I
terrible.
love that he's shitting on this.
They're just awful.
Try to
They are.
sponsor us,
They're
VW.
so awful. Look, but just that you brought that part out and said that was a turning point. It's everything that everybody chooses not to look at when those moments happen, that I have to change what it is. Some people just say, fuck it, I'm done.
Can't do
You
this
know
no
what?
more.
Why?
We all have choices in life, right?
Yeah.
And people always say, why not me? Why not me? There's opportunities put in front of you every day, bro.
All the time.
It's just up to you if you want to fucking take them.
You gotta do it.
If you don't take them, then don't fucking blame anybody else.
It's like I've always been, one of the things that I've been told by a cousin of my wife. El sol es para todos. El sol es para todos.
Yeah, the sun's for everybody, bro.
The sun is for everybody.
That's true.
Yeah, you know,
That's absolutely true.
we all have choices in life. We all can make our own choices, and don't blame everybody. And that
Stop the blame game, huh?
bro. And I don't mean to
No, you're
keep
good,
you guys
man.
so much, but
Yeah, you're good.
That's how. So before I went to prison, that was me. Oh, I'm not succeeding because of this. I'm not succeeding because of that.
Something else,
Bro,
right?
when I got busted, even when I got busted, I was like, man, I got busted. These motherfuckers busted me. And then when I was like, no, bro.
Yeah.
They were doing their job. You got busted
Yeah.
because of you.
Yeah. And you gotta change that.
You were doing something.
You have to change it.
You were doing something illegal, and they busted you because they were doing your job. So don't try to put the blame game on them. And then after that, I started realizing that once you start taking responsibility for all your actions and all your everything that you do,
For yourself.
Yeah.
bro, my life changed 180, bro. 180 because I started seeing a lot of things happening, a lot of changes, after that. So, yeah.
Well, we love the story, man, and thank you
guys
so much for spending some
Appreciate you
time
guys.
with us, bro.
Man,
like,
fucking
I mean,
awesome
and
story.
keeping the lights on for us here.
Not
at
only that,
Touch
thank
Media.
you for expressing your emotions.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
my
Thank
pleasure,
you
man.
for-
My pleasure.
We are all about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Like people send us messages, believe it or not, and it trips me all the time because Rojo will during the day he'll shoot me
I'll send him a screenshot and
he'll
all
be
that. I'm like, dude,
he's
check
all,
this out.
guy,
check
this,
this out.
Bro,
this woman just reached out to us. Like,
honestly, this is like therapy.
It is.
It is.
It really is.
It's therapy because
Yeah.
once you start talking and you let shit out,
Yeah.
you feel
it's gone.
right. And a lot of
But the
people
crazy
don't
part is we
understand.
have it recorded and then we put it on something and people can see it. It's crazy.
And that way, other people can let out their shit. Like, oh shit, he went through that shit. Okay, cool.
And they're like, hey, he's supposed to be so tough and he's fucking crying.
All those tats don't mean nothing.
come
All
on.
those
I'm gonna worry
tattoos
about
that ball head don't mean shit.
I feel like I should. I got to shave my head and join the bald head club.
No,
know what I'm
you
saying?
should.
Yeah. All right,
should.
Rojo. I heard it like 4 times already now.
you have
Actually,
no
when I'm always
hair.
around you. Hey, man, we want to thank real quick Javier Arellano, man.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys so much, man. My
Talk
pleasure.
about good. Right here in the city of Upland. Very cool. Shared a great story with us. Ben, he is a big supporter of family and taking care of his people. And that is why we're here today. Rojo brought it through to us and said, hey, man, we got to come over here and hang out, check it out. And then the fact that we get to sit right here. This man started right here in an alley selling tacos and now has his own establishment. And we are lucky enough to sit right here and have these amazing tacos. Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
No,
right
thank
here
you
in the
guys. I appreciate.
Much success.
Like Rojo said, it was all like a win.
It was all a dream.
It was all. I used to read Word Up magazine. No, but he came in and we just hit it off, bro.
Love it.
I always.
It might be the bald head connection, but okay.
No, but you know what? I always tell people that
again.
I gotta do it.
Hey, bro, I always
should
tell
I
people
do it?
that they might not get the connection, but
Maybe so.
like it's like Cheers.
It's gotta go.
My restaurant is like Cheers. The Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
So when Rojo walks in the door, you guys like, hey, bro.
Yep.
I shit you not, bro. You walk into everybody knows your
great.
name here, bro.
Yep.
I
You
love
walk
it.
in here, everybody knows your name. You know, family, blah blah. It's like.
Well, I'll tell you this much, man. I'm gonna come back.
Like, look, you see over there? Look.
Oh, the bike? I saw it,
daughter's
bro.
bike.
Yeah, I saw it.
She has a desk over there.
That's
so
cool.
When I have toys in the back, so when kids come, it's
Familia.
exactly
Just
Oh,
like
yeah.
you used that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
familia. Just like the hood.
I'm doing it again.
It's
You gotta do it, man.
I did do it. I did it like 3 times in the studio.
But
But
that's how it
definitely,
is.
you gotta bring your wife here.
So I
man.
think
It's family.
that is my next thing to do for sure. I'm gonna bring my kids. Now my kids are older. Like my kids are not younger like you guys.
it's okay.
I'm an older.
I'm gonna continue finishing
You
this.
fuck that
taco.
taco, bro.
We're
Fuck
gonna,
that
let
taco,
Rojo,
bro.
we're gonna let Rojo finish
Fuck
up his
yeah,
taco.
yeah.
Thank you everybody that always tunes in, checks out our YouTube videos. We really appreciate it, and for giving us all the stuff that you sent us recently, of course, about our post on Shorts and TikTok. Thanks so much for that. Rojo was telling me.
Rojo fucking that shit up.
I know,
all the love that we're getting, dude. Honestly,
it's crazy, but
we appreciate it so much.
We genuinely appreciate it, and we never knew that, like, bridging off of what we used to do would come up to this. And big shout out to Javier for coming through with these badass tacos right here. Come on out here to talk about it in Upland. I don't have a closing thing like I did last time for the previous show because I didn't write it down.
I did.
You did? So you got something for me, Rojo? Mm-hmm. All right. This is cool, man. This is honestly, this is not planned. Like, I know we get a lot of stuff
as long as you say at the end of your thing, make it great, people.
Oh yeah. I'll say that right now. Success is to be measured not so much by the position that one has reached in life as by the obstacles which he has overcome. Make it great, people.
Damn.
Make it great.
And that'll do it. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We are Tapped In Media, Russ and Rojo, and this is Javier. Thanks guys. Take care.